Her name is Julianne.
Hello, Miss Julia. Nice to meet you.
I
Does
know,
she
yeah.
work?
She does work. You want me to play it, don't you? Okay.
Wait, I need you to play it. I need it. Hey everyone, and welcome to Real Talk, where it gets hot, spicy, and to the drama. Today we have Luke Charles Strafford, the star of Accidental Surrogate for Alpha. Luke, thank you so much for coming back. I'm so excited for this episode, especially because I've been stalking your music a little bit, and it's so good. I cry, I get emotional. I can't wait to hear about it.
Thank you so much. I'm very humbled to be here in any capacity. And I'm grateful you listen to my music.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I stalked a little bit. I know the fans do too. So tell me a little bit about your background. How long have you been doing music / what were your influences growing up?
Sure. Well, I started in music before. It was always acting and music.
Mm-hmm.
But music is where I very, very first started. I started on the saxophone in middle school. Before the saxophone creeped in, I was so moved by film scores.
Oh,
It was a big inspiration. And the way that an artist could make a group of people feel in a room, you know?
Yeah.
I have a list of artists I could tell you, but just that on a base level hit me. I think I said this in our last episode, but to call it back real quick, music struck me early on. I was in band, I was in choir, I was in those things, and the fact that something about music could steal someone's attention, and it was this language that we all spoke.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we all speak different dialects and tongues and languages, we're all so different. But music is this thing that we all speak.
And feel.
You know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Whether
we all
it's
know.
fun
It's like,
and-
oh, we feeling it.
Exactly. Or you get goosebumps on your arm because it's like, you know? So, yeah. Anyway, that's where it started for me.
What
yeah.
made you choose wind instruments?
Yeah. So I think also, like I said in the last podcast, I had a rough start. Really wanted to act, really wanted to sing and songwrite. I saw myself doing both.
Yeah.
And I had a really bad first audition.
As we
middle
do.
school. I was so scared. I just yelled the notes. I share a little bit more about that in the last episode. So go watch that out. My brother was in high school. He's 5 years older. He was in the marching band. He's playing saxophone. And so I was told I was tone deaf right after that hilarious moment or horrible moment. And so what I probably would have, this is kind of interesting, what would have been the next probably 10 years of singing and, the stuff I'm doing now got instead diverted and poured into the saxophone.
Okay.
The saxophone became my voice.
Okay. And was this inspired from your brother? Because he was playing?
Mm-hmm, yeah. Seeing him in the marching band was very competitive. It was like
Is it?
they wanted
Marching
to
band?
yeah, marching band.
What's marching? Okay, so I'm from New York, and
Okay.
we never had that.
Yeah.
And I always see it in movies, and I'm like, that's so fun, like the outfits and everything. And
Yeah.
I don't have that. So what was marching band like? If you could clip note that for me.
It's like a huge sport, especially if you were good.
Okay.
We were competing, always competitive for state. We were one of the best, right? So it was taken very seriously. The same way that you see like really highly competitive sports, there was that element to it,
Okay.
right? But it was also so epic in that you're with this group of people for just a few months putting together a show to try to win a title across your state. And it was always we were lucky we had a very strong music program. And it was so formative for me because it was also one of my first ways as a teenager that I began to express myself musically. And it was, again, it's instrumental.
Mhm.
So it's all emotion, no words. And so those were some very formative years. But the saxophone was what I chose in place of really pursuing singing and songwriting.
Okay. So what else was your musical inspiration growing up to make you, outside of just doing saxophone land, what made you kind of get into, I actually kind of want to be the singer and I want to actually produce and make the whole thing happen?
There's so much to it. Early years being in bands. Let me go a little further back.
Oh, so you were in bands too. You've done so much.
Yeah.
So you were in band, like school band, and then you had like your own band, like a little like.
Well, I would join different bands of groups, and they'd want a saxophonist.
Oh, so you would be the traveling soldier.
Yeah, and they're like, this band needs a saxophonist.
Okay.
And then as I started developing my singing voice, then they would say, and you can sing backup too, or blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
See, so it was
okay.
always yanking me out of my shell, but in my heart, I always knew it's like, man, I feel like I'm supposed to be out there, you know? Anyway, and so, but just to go back a little bit, artists like Elvis stuck out to me, the way he would, just his charisma stuck out to me, the way he was able to hold a certain level of musical excellence, but also like yank people in. I mentioned film scores. Film scores
Oh, yeah.
always stuck out to me because you can move someone. If I'm working on something and need like background music, I'll put on John Williams or.
What's your favorite score?
Well, I know everyone knows I'm a Superman fan. I really love John Williams' Superman score. Very hopeful. And then I loved Hans Zimmer's take on Superman with Man of Steel. I just loved it. Yeah, it made me feel hope and like purpose, and those are great. And then the Interstellar score from Hans Zimmer as well, just always takes me to a place of introspection. Those really all stick out to me. But then the Gladiator score, bro.
New or old?
The original.
Okay, yeah.
We Are Free. The track We Are Free from.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
That's it. You know.
Yeah, game over.
Game over. Like stuff like that. And so those all stuck out to me. And then being in bands and choirs and things like that, I was so deeply affected by how music is, again, this language that can cause us to just the power of it. I think if anyone has experienced music or loves music or found the music you love, you know what I'm talking about. Like it's this language that drives us and moves us. It's not a mathematic. We use math in music to better become skillful, to execute. But the whole point of something musical is to emote. It's to cause and disrupt with emotion, or to bring in motion, whether it's sweet or strong or angry or soft. It's amazing how you can encompass every human emotion in a sound. And then you apply, even if I did a cover, why do I sound different?
Right.
And if I'm singing it exactly how someone else did it. So the fact that even singers, the tone and the timbre, there's just all these unique combinations. When Carrie Underwood sings it, it feels like this. But when Andre Bocelli or Shawn Mendes or sings the same thing, or Justin Bieber does, pick your genre, pick category, pick whatever. Music is this, it's not an algorithm, it's an emotion. And every time we try to capture how to harness the power of it, we're surprised by something we didn't expect. It's this elusive muse I feel like we're always chasing musically, just the power of music in general.
Right.
Being highly philosophical, but it's just that always caught me, that part. And then I loved watching there's different, when you're doing anything in acting or music, you're stealing from people. Like, I love the way Shawn Mendes does a show. The energy he brings. So I take the film score world of that raw emotion that's unspoken. The voice of, I love David Phelps. I love his voice. He's a kind of unknown guy who has the most brilliant voice. The energy of Elvis, the pop charisma of doing a show like Shawn. And you take the things you love and you start to find yourself. You start to find your sound.
Through they're inspiring
They're
you.
inspiring me. And so I light up, like, my music is very cinematic. It's pop music with an overtone of cinematic sounds, like strings and orchestra mixed into like the pop rock star type band setting, led by lots of voices. Even if it's stripped down to just a piano and a voice, or it's huge and magical. If I strip back the layers, I see all those influences somewhere. I see the film scores that has influenced me as a kid. I see Elvis's charisma that has made me want to hold on to using real instruments at times. I've seen, Shawn Mendes's the way he does stuff. That all has, and many countless other artists too, or songs. I could keep going, but that's, I think, how you kind of figure out your sound. And then also not putting a period. You want to put a comma. You never want to feel like you have sung your best note. You have delivered your best monologue. You have performed your best song or written your best opus. You want to always put a comma, because there's a better song out there. You know?
And there's always more to you.
Yeah, like something I've just learned at this stage of life is how vision based most of my stuff is. Like My first single I released is called Still Missing You. It's pop, but the music video is all narrative. Like it's acting heavy. And there's a story, and the story erupted out of me where anyway, I can keep going. I can tell you how it happened, but
Well,
it's
that's
very
another
narrative
question I
based.
have actually, is if you could go into a little bit about your personal sound and your personal story and just what made you get this story out? Like, what was it for you?
Man, we can just nerd out forever. I feel like I'm gonna sit here and just
Yeah, that's what we
we'll be here till
doing.
tomorrow. So if you're hanging with us, thanks so much for being here. I have a lot of my answers are the same as I said when you asked me about acting. They're really the same if I
Okay.
think about it. Human issue, human stuff that I know I've been through, but then I know it's like that's a message in my soul that I gotta share because it's personal. I also believe in trying. I did this when I started and it didn't work. Here's what I think people will like. That's the wrong way to go.
Right. Of course.
Rick Rubin talks about it. There's a great book by Rick Rubin, who's produced the best of the best, called The Creative Act. And this is something he says in his book. It's a great read. I highly encourage you. Any person who has any creativity, we all actually have creativity. You know, it takes a lot of creativity to raise some kids, figure out how to do that. But in creativity, one of the things he says that stuck out to me was you need to love it.
Yeah.
You need to make it first and foremost because it resonates with you. It's you follow what's interesting as you're writing or making something. You don't like it hits your soul before you start chasing the rabbit of but people I think would like that or this or that.
Or like what's popular, what's trending.
You gotta follow that's where it feels like it kind of drips down from heaven. I remember when I wrote Still Missing You. Is that okay if I share about that?
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Sick. Okay. I remember I'm at my piano, and for me, every songwriter is a little different. And I had to, when you figure out yourself, and I'm still doing that, you try stuff and you start learning about yourself. And it's important that you pay attention. Like, I noticed a lot of, when I finally leaned into, I'm going to act, I'm going to sing and songwrite. I'm going to, I set the horn down and really pursued it. I noticed a lot of other songwriters that they would write their words or their lyrics. And I definitely had a affinity for poetry. So a lot of my lyrics tend to be more poetic than they are.
Okay.
That's just my natural
Like
flavor.
wordy. Yeah.
Yeah.
More like emotional.
Yeah, like it's painting a picture using narrative and all that. That's honest. It has to be honest.
Yeah.
Versus like just some lyrics can be, and this is great too. It's just a sentence that is normal. Like you take one of the sentences I just said and you make a lyric.
Or that like sounds poppy or
Yeah.
Sometimes when you listen to a song and you're like, oh, I feel like I love this song, and then you look up the lyrics and you're like, really? That's what you're saying. Okay.
Like the chorus for Still Missing You is intertwined, heart and mind, I'm still missing you. Peace of mind, lost in time, I'm still missing you. Right? Like there's a message there.
Yeah.
There's a little poeticism. For me, I found as much as I tried, the lyrics don't come first.
Oh.
The emotion, the raw emotion for me. And then so you find that out and you lean in, right?
So is that then like the raw emotion of like a story, like for you, what you're talking about? Was that maybe like you felt like you wanted to get this story out and all this emotion about missing this human?
You're going to love this. I hope you love this. So I'm sitting at my piano.
Oh gosh.
And I'm just sitting there feeling the feeling of loss itself. I'm reflecting a bit on and this is what's specific. So this is literally the substratum of Still Missing You, for example. A particular kind of loss where it's not coming back. If you're fired from your job, it can be painful, but you'll get another job, right? But if you lose a father, you see how it's different?
Yeah.
They're not, and specifically the void of it's not returning. That kind of loss.
Like it's gone.
It's gone. There's no hope left for, ow, that hurt. I'm missing that. Let me go do this in replace of. No. The type of loss that we've all felt where, like when a mother loses a child, heaven forbid, or you have a parent die, and you have the funeral, you do all this stuff, but then there's the weeks and months that follow, and it's just, they're actually gone. That loss. I'm sitting at my piano, sitting in that.
You were just feeling that.
For a million reasons. Because I was in the middle of my aunt was about to pass. And then I was reflecting on some really horrible breakups I've had in my life. I was reflecting on my childhood just being gone. I know it's stuff like that.
Yeah.
Reflecting on things that are not coming back. And I was just sitting there in that pocket, exiting the present moment and sitting in that pocket of loss and knowing I'm about to say goodbye to my aunt and just a myriad of things. And I take my right hand and I hit a minor 6. And then I go, the perfect 5th is a sign of hope. It's the feeling of hope. And a lot of musicians would kind of say like, bum, bum, 1, 5. I went, bum, 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 D major, bum, 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 bum. And I just remember sitting there and I immediately felt what I was feeling. So it's a sound first for me. And I'm like, I need a happy chord. A major, bum, bum, E. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. And that was the chorus. Intertwined, heart and mind, I'm still missing you. There it was. Oh, shit. Boom. Peace of mind. Lost in time. A. I'm still missing E.
Oh, we
Yeah.
got it!
So that's
yes,
right.
Oh my gosh,
So-
that's so cool.
right. And
Yeah.
so, because then the lyrics are then reflective of that feeling for me. So it is like intertwined heart and mind. When you lose a loved one, they're gone forever, but they live in you. My childhood is gone, but that Lucas, little blonde-headed Lucas, is still in there somewhere.
Yeah,
Right? It's
yeah.
that thing. And that's where I think, I really geeking out. That's what music does.
Yeah.
It's like, there is hope in it somewhere. Whatever you've lost that is not returning, when my dad passes, when my mom passes, when this time of us working on Real Short passes one day, no time soon. No time soon.
Knocking.
But we'll reflect on it, right? And a bit of it stays with us.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of humanity. And so Still Missing You, I chose those chords as a result. Minor chord sad, D7, A major, a quick happy thing with a perfect 5th. So it made it maintain a feel. There's a little smidge of hope in there.
And you're intertwining the different feelings of the sounds too.
Yes.
It's like all of it's like knitted.
And I love the word intertwined because it means like I'm still intertwined with my childhood. I'm still intertwined with the beast. I'm sitting on this chair is about to break because as I'm sitting here, you're hearing my dad out of my mouth. You're hearing my aunt out of my mouth. You're hearing my mom out of my mouth. Every now and again, my uncle or some of my best friends I've had, that you'll hear them come out of my mouth. We are a conglomerate of the experiences we've had. So Still Missing You was harnessing that feeling. So for me, even though the song is about heartbreaking loss, it's sitting in the void of that loss, feeling the pain of that loss, but there's still this smidgen of hope. And that's where it erupted from. And then I wrote the verses.
So
And then I wrote the bridge. And then I applied all the musical juice of all the influences I just said.
yeah.
I love stacked vocals.
Oh,
I love
okay.
a big fat ad lib. I think it's great that when artists who can't sing super well make songs, I love that because they're really catchy songs. But for me and my stuff, I'm like, I want the vocals to be so great. I want it to be led with a good voice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I want there to be a pretty voice and whatever is in me to use, and so that's a big part. I want the music to be lush. Can we keep that raw musical power and put it in the world of pop, apply cinema to it, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
so that's where Still Missing You came from.
Okay.
It's got this narrative that I directed the music video. I wrote this story for the music video based on that little moment at the piano I told you about. And it turned into this whole film. And anyway, you should watch it sometime.
Well, I think we actually are going to watch it right now. Oh.
It's a drone.
Oh.
And that sign is not
Where is
real.
this? Is this
It's in the middle of the desert.
going to...
Vegas.
Oh, man. Oh, of course the bike had to make an appearance.
So he's revisiting all the old spots.
Yeah. It's sad. Oh, Lukey.
We've all been there. Go get her.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're having the moment. The moment's coming. Come on, get her. There, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, oh, is that real? You writing?
It's me.
Oh my gosh, of course it is. Oh my, and there's water seeds. Oh my gosh. She better be there. Oh, damn.
He has the last text he ever got from her.
Oh my god, my knees are shaking.
I wanted this whole long drop here.
Oh my gosh, great job.
Thank you.
Artiste, man, he does it all. Actor, director, musician of all sorts. Like, okay. You do everything.
Well, so Just Little, the song that just came out. So I did direct that music video.
Okay.
I did write the music video shot for shot.
Wow.
And I could tell you, there's a lot I could tell you about how this was shot. It was genuinely a miracle because I was nearly broke. This was in the middle of the desert. I almost passed out because it was so hot.
Oh, bad.
We found a green sign that said a campground, and that green sign is actually a buddy of mine who does CGI.
Okay.
Owed me a favor.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Lots of owed favors in Hollywood, which are helpful.
I rented a drone, and the drone was about to die. And so the very first shot I ever saw in my noggin, before I even knew the story, I just kept seeing this image in my head of zooming through desert with a mountain in the background, which is ironic that happened, past a sign that says LA 143. 143 meaning I love you. And I kept seeing that in my head, and that was the first thing I ever saw about the music video. And then I don't know why this happened this way, but the music video kept coming to me in pieces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was always when I was riding my motorcycle around. So I'd be riding Roxanne and just kind of, and then I would think, flashback. He's gone. Oh, and she fades away. And why is she gone?
Mm-hmm.
Or they had an argument. That's the bridge. I do. Ring. They were engaged. Like, it kept coming to me that
Yeah.
he was going to propose, and she's gone. And immediately I was riding my bike and I was passing a gas station, and I needed the finale. I needed to figure out how it ended. And like, okay, she's gone. And then I knew I wanted the close eye, key change, go get her. I kept saying I wanted him to jet it. I wanted him to run after her. And then the whole classic motorcycle stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was riding. I was on my way home, and I passed a gas station, and I think I need to get gas. And for some reason I thought, love really is about the little things, isn't it? It's about the little moments. The big moments are great, but it's really like the little stuff.
Yeah.
The little handshake they had. The dancing in the living room, right? The whatever. And then it struck me. She's dead. It just hit me.
Yeah.
She died. And then I got flooded with the rest of it. And then I called Adam, my DP, and it was just him and I. We did the whole thing.
Yeah.
Pulled a favor in to use someone's apartment. I had a Nat Gonzalez, who was a student at the time, help me for free doing all the extra pickup shots I needed, and we put it together, and that's what we got. I rented a studio to do the underwater stuff. I had so much chlorine in my eyes, it was ridiculous. Anyway, so Just Little that just came out, the song is a sequel.
Okay.
And so I have a whole music video that's already written.
Oh. Are you
Is
planning on shooting it soon?
Mm-hmm. And so I can't say what happens, but
Sure.
it is a sequel to that.
Ooh, everybody get excited.
So the story goes on.
Okay.
It will be a direct sequel from this moment.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited about what we're going to do, and I think it will further the story. I don't think it will be like a forced sequel. I think it... I feel moved by the story, so I hope you all are.
Well, do you have any dates set? When can we expect to see
Sure.
some of that?
I would rather it be done well and excellently than married to a date.
Sure.
Right.
Fair enough.
So I'm trying to get it out in March. We also have another real short coming up to shoot, and there's just a lot going on. So I'm attempting to film this month.
Okay. Oh, February?
Before the next real short starts.
Oh gosh, good luck.
And then I know. That's the
That's
goal.
a lot for you.
It is.
When do you start your next real short?
February 21st.
Oh, so oh.
Yeah, so I've got a couple weeks. We have everything organized.
February goes quick.
It does go quick. So Anyway, that's the goal. And then the goal was to try to release it in March. If it's not ready, I will bump it back.
Sure.
But the goal is March. But if it needs to be April, it'll be April.
Mhm.
But we have the shots, we have the locations, we have our whole team in place.
Good.
Very excited about it.
Well, just for the fans and people who are watching who might feel like, oh my gosh, I have no money or I don't have A-list power, like I can't make anything like that. He just explained that he had a shoestring budget and made a gorgeous music video. And you can do that type of stuff too. Use this human as inspiration. You can do it too.
There is a way. There's absolutely a way, even if you have to work a little extra harder for it.
Well, I've been noticing this gorgeous musical piece right here.
This piece of decoration.
Yeah, what is this? Tell me a little bit about her.
Sure. So like I said, I got started on saxophone and it's still with me.
Okay.
But all of my musical energy went into this first before it ever went into singing like I was wanting to. And this is a Selmer Mark 6. This is very well renowned in the saxophone world. That I remember I bought it in college when I was studying music.
Uh-huh.
Her name is Julianne.
Julianne. Hello, Miss Julianne. Nice to meet you.
I
Does
know,
she
yeah.
work?
She does work. You want me to play it, don't you? Okay.
Wait, I need you to play it. I need it.
I'm so unprepared.
Oh my gosh, he knew. I'm scared. Oh, what's that? Is it her clip?
This is a neck strap, so that way if I
Oh, you don't drop it.
Because she can be a little heavy, right?
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Okay.
Oh. Oh my, I truly was not expecting that. I feel like, oh my God, I'm like at a private jazz show right now. I've never been that close to like a show like that.
I'm glad you love it.
You're incredible.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh my God. Okay, so
There's so much blood in my face right now.
okay, well, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Thank you
In the best way. I do see what you mean though, where you are like singing.
Yeah.
Like I saw it.
Yeah.
Going.
So like
Wow.
like if I'm gonna sing a note, also fun fact, that growly sound is okay if I demonstrate. Okay.
Yeah.
So that growly sound. So if I that gristle,
Yeah.
I'm humming while I play.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Singing a pitch. So as I'm singing a pitch or humming a pitch, it's adding that. We call it an overtone, and it's what adds a second tone that when it hits the reed, right? But when you first try it, it sounds like absolute shit.
Yeah.
Like when you're a kid or whenever you're learning saxophone, once you start trying that, it's just like anything, any sport, any skill.
You suck.
You gotta suck.
Right.
So then you learn how to use, and the voice is the same way.
Wow.
Like if I was singing like, all I'm doing is putting it in my, this guy,
Uh-huh.
right? But I'm keeping it in my chest, so the note, or whatever it is. Saxophone is the exact same way.
Okay.
I'm making a pitch, and then I'm flavoring it, I'm coloring it, depending on what's happening here, here, and here. And then this is all just the math of knowing the notes.
Uh-huh. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, that was where I started with saxophone.
You're such a beautiful surprise to me of all your fun little talents.
That's very
that's
humbling.
so exciting.
Thank you so much.
I have a random request. I would love to hear you sing. Do you think you could give us a little sneak peek of something?
Sure. Yeah, I'll sing something just real simple and pretty. Is that okay?
Okay, I love that. I think our fans will also really appreciate that. So, yeah.
I've waited way too long to say everything you mean to me. Yeah.
tell you now, I love you more than you'll ever wrap your head around. In case you don't live forever, let me tell you the truth. I'm everything that I am. I'm everything that I am. I'm everything that I am because of you. I've waited way too long to say everything you mean to me.
Oh my god. I have to leave. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh, I love you.
I love you.
Oh my god. Okay, how are people not supposed to fall in love with you? Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Okay, I'm such a girl. I'm like, oh my god, I'm blushing. Real short man, what do I do? Do you have anything else you want to say to the fans or to me?
Oh, well, you are so good with people.
Oh,
You do such a good job at making people feel really welcome and important. And you also do it in a way too where I just remember some of the corporate events we've done and just the times I've seen you, the way you loop people in and you make them feel special is really, really cool. So when I found out that you were leading this, I got very excited, and I've also been very surprised at you delivering on that and so much more. So thank you. Seriously, you're so great, and I really appreciate it. You've made me feel very, this might not seem like it's very new to me,
yeah.
in talking about myself or things like that is not my general inclination.
Sure.
I don't like to walk around going, well, here's why I'm great. No,
Yeah.
I like to serve. I like to pour into humanity and do whatever I can, just even if it's just one fella next to me. That's my heart. So to sit here, I was a little nervous to like share about only me for a long time.
Yeah.
And you made me feel like it was really meaningful. And you made me feel special. And you made me feel seen and heard. And I just feel so grateful. So thank you so much.
You are amazing. And I could sit here too and just go gush about you so much. And you are such a light. And I'm honored to interview you. I'm honored to work at the same company as you. I can't wait for the writers to put us together and maybe make me the love interest, because like I would love to be in love with him on screen. Just saying. What? Did I say that? I think so.
I think you did. Yeah.
I think I did. But Real Short fam, thank you so much for always tuning in. I can't wait to see some of the comments. Obviously, give him a follow. I mean, he does everything you can think of. So where can they find you?
Yeah. I'm on all the stuff. Yeah. Instagram is Luke Charles Stafford. TikTok is Luke Charles Stafford. On YouTube, of course. Spotify, Apple Music, all of it. You'll find me.
Get him on all of it because he does everything. Okay, so before you go, we have a real talk tradition where we want you to take a little selfie with this. It's fun.
Okay. Right now.
Right now, we want to see it.